Now let's talk about that most nerve-wracking part of taking an exam, and that is when it's over. Let's talk about how to end the exam. Do not go through all the questions, answer everything, and look up there and you've got 25 minutes left. And so you spend the next 25 minutes going over and over and over these questions, frantically changing answers, frantically second-guessing everything. Trust me, you don't know anything now that you didn't know a few minutes ago when you answered those questions. What's happening now is you're running off pure adrenaline and nerves, okay? So once you've worked through, you've answered the questions, you've probably gone through the list of questions 4 or 5 times, skipping those you weren't absolutely sure about. You finally get down to where, you know what, there's 3 left, I have no idea, I'm going to take guesses, and I'm going to end the exam. I don't care how much time's left. I've ended exams before with 25 or 30 minutes left on the exam. So what? And I passed that exam. I've also gone in there and panicked and started changing a bunch of questions and ended up failing that exam by a very close margin. So don't go back and second guess. Now, if you passed, you'll sit there, you'll click end the exam, and it seems to take forever while it's calculating, and then it'll show some sort of little indicator and tell you passed or you failed. If you passed, go out front and get your paperwork. There won't be anybody out in the front area except you and the person behind the desk there, okay? Then go home, go somewhere, and celebrate passing. You've got this one behind you. Now, what if, and I know you don't even want me to finish the sentence, what if you fail the exam? A couple of things are going to happen, guaranteed. The sun's going to rise tomorrow morning. You'll have to really do some mental weightlifting as soon as that score pops up and says you failed. I've been there. It's just absolutely horrible. The sun will rise tomorrow morning. You're going to be okay. What's happened is you've now joined the club of Microsoft certified techs all over the world. If you take these exams, you're going to sometimes fail them. Some of them are tough. So just get over it. That's part of it. If they were easy, then that means you've got an easy job and you would be paid accordingly. There's a reason that you can make the salaries you can make here. Next, you'll have to reschedule the exam and take it again. Get over that too. That's just part of it. The second time, trust me, you'll be a lot less nervous, and you would tell me after the second time, I don't know why I failed that thing. It really wasn't that bad. It was really kind of an easy exam. Now, here's what happens if you fail. Go out front to the crowded lobby, because when you pass, there's nobody there. But when you fail, there seems to be a convention in town. And when you walk out, the person, the lady, or the guy behind the counter will pull your little report off their printer and they'll announce to the world, oh, I am so sorry. I am so sorry you failed. You just feel all this pressure, okay? So get your score sheet if you failed. But do not walk out of that testing center. And trust me, you'll get to your car and you will think, now what did I have trouble on? And you won't know. So here's what you need to do. Take that score sheet, sit down in that crowded room, grab a pencil, turn that sheet over on the back, and make study notes. Write down everything you were guessing on. Write down everything you were confused on. Write down the things you saw that you didn't know SQL would even do, that you've never heard of, all that sort of stuff. And then it's going to occur to you, I just wasted a bunch of money. I just spent however much you have to pay in your area without vouchers and so forth. It can be, upwards of $200. What about the money I just wasted? Well, first of all, you've wasted a lot more than that before on less important things over the weekend. However, the reality is you did not waste that money. You just got the best test prep available. You now know exactly what to study. You now know the structure of the exam. You now know what it feels like, and you're going to be less nervous next time. Now, you're not going to get exactly the same answers, but it's always been my experience. I'll get 60 to 70% of the same answers, especially if I get back in there as soon as possible. Now, reschedule the exam within 2 weeks or as soon as it will let you reschedule it or as soon as you can get back in that room. You don't want to lose the edge on all the stuff you've learned. You don't want to have to go through relearning this stuff. Then, on the test day, when it comes back around again, work your plan just like before. Arrive early, get ready, read the questions one at a time, work through them, and pass the exam. Then, go celebrate. Trust me, if you'll do it this way, it's much, much easier, and you will see your pass rates come up dramatically. I hope this helps.